As a lot of you guys know, I haven't really done a ton of Madden content on my channel as of late just because I haven't really found a good idea, but something I've been missing has been a franchise mode, and I think the team that I want to use for franchise mode with updated rosters is going to be none other than the Cleveland Browns. Now, because I want to play with updated rosters for all the moves in the offseason, free agency, all the new rookies, we're using a roster on Xbox One called Updated 18, and it's by Apathy X13. Now, I'm going to mention that in the description for you guys, but if you have a good roster on PS4 that's pretty similar to this one, leave a comment down below so other people on PlayStation can download it too. Now, we could keep Hugh Jackson as our coach, but because I'm not going to relocate this team, I'm going to create a custom coach of my own. So we could be a motivator, which, you know, gives you amount of influence you have in trades. We could be a strategist, or we could be a team builder. And I think for me, I'm all about the trades, and we're going to make realistic trades here, not unrealistic ones. So if you're suggesting these crazy trades of, oh, get JJ Watt, get this guy, get that guy, that's probably not going to happen, to be perfectly honest with you. Now, I am going to choose motivator as my coach archetype, and yes, I'm going to make myself as the head coach. Look, I am trying to turn the Cleveland Browns on. Yes, I'm a Steelers fan. I know that actually matters, but I am going to single-handedly turn this Browns franchise around, and if you were wondering, it's sweatpants, sweatsuits, sweat jackets, sweat socks, everything all day long. We're being casual out here. For my playbook on offense, I'm going to borrow something from Marvin Lewis because I really like what they do on offense. And on the defensive side, we're not going to choose Cleveland's playbook because they give up a lot. We are going to go over here to Pittsburgh. Actually, we're going to go over here to Philly. We're going to choose the Phillies playbook on defense. We're going to roll with them and see how that works out for us. Now, for those of you guys that are wondering kind of like what the difficulty, what the everything is going to be, so we're going to play on all-pro difficulty. We're going to play on game speed fast, and the game style will be simulation. As for the quarter length, we're going to go with 8 minutes. But keep in mind, I am going to do play the moment, so I won't be able to control every possession. Some games will be more difficult than others, and we'll see how that balances out. We may change the sliders to make it more difficult, but this should be fine for now. Now, before I make a couple of roster moves here, I'm going to show you guys what the overall roster looks like. So as you can see, our highest rated player is Jarvis Landry, followed by Myles Garrett, with Carlos Hyde being right behind him. Now, at quarterback, we have Tyrod Taylor at QB1, Baker Mayfield at QB2, and Drew Stanton is chilling somewhere down there at QB3. If you're wondering if I'm going to start Baker or if I'll start Tyrod Taylor is the better overall quarterback right now. We are going to start him, but the plan is we get a year out of Tyrod Taylor, maybe we try to trade him, maybe we try to get something for him, and then Baker steps in and becomes a QB of the future. But if we start losing a ton of games, then Tyrod's going to get benched and we'll just put Baker in and see what the young fella actually has. Now, while our team does have a few good receivers, I'm willing to give Dez Bryant an opportunity here. Look, Dez Bryant, no one's really signed this dude. He's an 87 overall still. He's only 28 years of age. Like, people act like this dude is 50,000 years old, and he still has a superstar depth trait. So, Dez Bryant, welcome to the city of Cleveland. Another guy that I'm extremely willing to give an opportunity to is Navarro Bowman. He's only 29. He's got a couple good years left in my opinion. He's coming off of injuries, I get that, but at 82 overall, we need help at the middle linebacker spot, so Navarro Bowman, welcome to Cleveland. Before the regular season officially gets kicked off, I'm going to do something a little bit controversial. Now, Duke Johnson Jr., heck of a running back, but we have a couple guys ahead of him that I think will get way more carries than what we could possibly afford to give him. So what I'm going to do for Duke Johnson is we're moving him to wide receiver. He's incredibly talented there, and I think this will be a fantastic move. So Duke Johnson, you're now a wide receiver. And oddly enough, he's not bad there. He's a 72 overall, but as you can see, there are a couple guys that are listed ahead of him. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick. So with Corey Coleman being a guy that I don't really believe in, we're going to try to trade him and get something out of it. So first things first, let's see if the Bills will give us a first rounder. They're really close to doing it, so I think we can sweeten up and get a first rounder for Corey Coleman, which is something I thought we'd never get. Now keep in mind in the upcoming draft, we have 2 first rounders, we have multiple second rounders, and then we have a third, 2 fourths, a fifth, a sixth again, and a 7th. So I'm going to say a 5th rounder here should be mighty fine to throw in and get that first rounder from the Bills. And ladies and gentlemen, we are the proud new owner of our 3rd first-round draft pick. Now, what's really crazy is I'm looking through running backs and I'm like, you know what? We need to get ourselves another running back. The Patriots moved Sonny Mitchell to their practice squad. So Sonny Mitchell, guess what, young fella? You are now a Cleveland Brown. Now I'm going to quickly put you guys through the entire depth chart so you can kind of see what this roster is going to look like from top to bottom. We went through preseason, we signed a couple of players as you guys saw, but here's what we're basically looking at. So Tyrod Taylor, Baker Mayfield, and Drew Stanton, nothing really changed right there. At halfback, we now have Carlos Hyde as our number 1 guy, we have Sonny Mitchell as our number 2, and we have Nick Chubb as our number 3 guy. At fullback, we're going to have Marquez Williams out of Miami. At wide receiver, though, we have Jarvis Landry at number 1, Dez Bryant at number 2, Josh Gordon in the slot, Duke Johnson in the opposite slot, and then we have Ricardo Lewis. So I think that's a solid wide receiver core. I think Duke Johnson will get more touches and more catches than you guys think, but let me know your predictions in the comments down below. At tight end, we obviously have David Njoku and we have Seth Devolve. At left tackle, we have Rod Johnson, who has his work cut out for him because Joe Thomas is obviously no longer here. At left guard, we have Joel Bitonio. At center, we have J.C. Treader. At right guard, we have Kevin Zeitler, who's pretty good at 85 overall. At right tackle, we have Chris Hubbard. So our offensive line is a little hit or miss. That'll be a big thing I want to improve in the offseason. As we go to left end, we have Emmanuel Ogbah. As we go to right end, we have the big fella himself, Myles Garrett. Plenty of sacks in his future. Defensive tackle, we have Larry Ojanobi, and then we have Jamie Meter. And then at left outside linebacker, we have Jamie Collins Sr. At middle linebacker, again, you guys saw us pick up Navarro Bowman with Joe Schobert to help him out. At right outside linebacker, we have Christian Kirksey. I still think he has plenty left in the tank. He'll be a good player for us. And at cornerback, we're going to have TJ Carey at number 1, EJ Gaines at number 2, Breen Body Calhoun at 3, Denzel Ward, who I think will improve significantly this season, number 4, and then Terrence Mitchell at our 5th corner. At free safety, we have Demarius Randall, who basically promised the entire world a LeBron James jersey if the Cavs won the finals. So yeah, good luck, Demarius. I'm not going to increase your salary. At strong safety, we have Derek Kindred at 81 overall. At kicker, Zane Gonzalez. And at punter, we have Britton Colquitt. As we move over to kick returner, we're going to have Jabril Peppers and Duke Johnson Jr. as our main guys. And at punt returner, I'm going to give Duke Johnson Jr. an opportunity to shine here. He can be a lightning rod on special teams, get some good catches for us. I think he's going to have a better year than a lot of you guys might expect. And one of the last things we have to do is set our big season goal. Now, they're going to give us a couple of options here. We can say 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins, 11, or make the playoffs. So I think, you know what? I mean, we can go all the way to make a Super Bowl. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say this team, an opportunity for 8 wins here. I believe. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know again in the comments down below how many wins you think this Cleveland Browns team can realistically win. So there you have it. That is the Cleveland Browns roster for opening day of season number 1. Again, I want to do a lot of this series, so if you guys want to see it, make sure you guys are subscribing, make sure you guys hit the like button. Let's try to hit 500 likes in this episode. Just make sure you guys are supporting it with comments down below in each and every video if you want to see more of this series. I can't wait to drop a new episode showing the first game of the season.